Between 1337 and 1453, France and England clashed in what came to be known as the Hundred Years' War, a long and transformative conflict that reshaped both kingdoms and changed the face of European history. At the time, the institution of monarchy was evolving. The old feudal monarchies were giving way to centralized national monarchies, and the Hundred Years' War was a key event that helped consolidate these new political structures. This shift not only strengthened royal power, but also fueled a growing sense of national identity, the idea of belonging to a distinct nation, defined by its own culture and clear boundaries. In the early 1300s, the King of England was not only a ruler in his own country, but also a vassal of the French king because he owned French territories, especially the region of Guyenne in southwestern France. These lands were part of the English crown by inheritance. Then, in 1328, Charles IV of France, the last king of the Capetian dynasty, died without an heir. Two main contenders emerged, Edward III of England, who had ties to the Capetian line, and Philip of Valois. The French nobility ultimately supported Philip, who became King Philip VI. But Edward wasn't willing to abandon his claim, and in 1337, tensions exploded into full-blown war. The conflict unfolded in three major phases, with each side gaining and losing ground over the years. The most decisive phase came in the early 1400s, as England managed to control much of northern France, while the French king held on to the south. It was at this crucial moment that Joan of Arc, a young peasant girl known as the Maid of Orleans, appeared on the scene. She sought out the French heir, Charles VII, telling him that she had been sent by God to free France. Charles took a bold step and entrusted her with the mission to liberate Orleans, which she successfully accomplished in 1429. That victory marked a turning point in the war, leading Charles to reclaim Paris, where he was crowned King of France. Finally, in 1453, after more than a century of fierce battles and shifting alliances, the war came to an end. By this point, the French monarchy had emerged much stronger. The French king was now able to assert control over the nobility, without constantly negotiating or compromising with them or their representative bodies, like parliaments or the Estates General. The Hundred Years' War wasn't just a series of battles, it was a conflict that forever altered the balance of power in Europe, paving the way for modern nation-states.